Welcome to this explainer. Let's talk about essentially building an absolute fortress around your Instagram. Now look, whether you're sitting there right now with, say, 100 close friends following you, an audience of 10,000, or even a full-scale business page, I really need you to understand a pretty harsh reality here. Hackers, they just do not care. They are completely indiscriminate. Your online identity is incredibly valuable to them regardless of what your follower count looks like. So today, we're going to walk through exactly how to lock down your account and protect your digital footprint from the people who are out there actively trying to steal it.
But hey, before we actually get to the solution, I want you to genuinely think about something for a second. What if your Instagram just vanished tomorrow? Really picture that. You wake up, you grab your phone, you tap that familiar little camera icon on your home screen, and nothing. You are completely logged out. You try to log back in, but your password suddenly doesn't work. Your entire online identity completely gone in the literal blink of an eye.
And guys, this isn't just some minor technical glitch. We are talking about years of memories. Poof, gone. All those photos, deleted. That audience and community you've painstakingly built up over time, totally stolen. And honestly, the absolute worst part, hackers are now actively messaging your friends, your family, or even your clients right from your account pretending to be you. It sounds like an absolute nightmare scenario, right? Well, the terrifying reality is that this exact sequence of events is literally happening to thousands of people across the country every single day. All right, let's really dive into this, because despite thousands of accounts getting compromised daily, there is exactly just one setting inside Instagram that can instantly stop the vast majority of these hackers dead in their tracks. It's just a single setting. And the truly crazy part about this whole thing, most people still haven't even bothered to turn it on. They're just walking around, leaving their digital lives completely exposed, when the perfect fix is sitting right there waiting for them. Now, before we actually flip that switch, we gotta talk about the bait. Your account violated copyright rules. Okay, if you ever get a direct message or an email saying exactly this, massive alarm bells should be ringing in your head. Hackers rely heavily on these panic-inducing fake phishing messages just to make you act before you actually think. They want you to panic about losing your account, click the sketchy link they provide, and land on a fake login page that looks totally identical to the real Instagram. You quickly type in your password to appeal the supposed copyright strike, and boom, they've stolen your password just like that. And this is exactly where two-factor authentication steps in to save the day. 2FA. You probably already know what it is, right? It's that second security layer that requires a secret verification code. But here is why it is absolutely critical for stopping these specific attacks. Even if you do fall for that fake copyright message, and even if a hacker completely steals your password and types it in from their computer halfway across the world, they are instantly blocked. They cannot get in, simply because they do not have that constantly changing physical code that literally only lives on your personal phone. I like to think about it like this. Your password, well, that's just your front door, but 2FA, that's your heavy-duty second lock. If a digital thief steals your house key, your password, they can easily unlock that front door. But if you have a deadbolt installed that requires a totally different, unique, and constantly changing key to open, yeah, that thief is staying outside. So today, we are going to install that second lock on your account together. So let's get super practical for a second. Instagram, well, they kind of love to bury their security settings a bit. So you'll want to open up your app, tap that menu in the top right with the 3 little lines, and dig right into Settings and Privacy. From there, you're going to jump over to the Account Center and finally hit Password and Security. It definitely takes a few taps to get through the maze, but successfully navigating to that two-factor authentication menu is the absolute essential first step to securing your digital life. Once you finally make it there, Instagram is going to give you a choice: SMS text message or an authentication app. Now listen to me really carefully on this part. SMS is simply no longer your safest bet. Hackers are increasingly using what's called a SIM swap attack. This is where they literally trick your phone carrier into rerouting your actual phone number directly to their device. And if they have your text messages, well, they have your Instagram bypass code. A dedicated authentication app is really the only bulletproof choice you can make to completely prevent this. So if you're going the app route, and honestly you absolutely should be, you're going to want the heavy hitters here. We're talking Google Authenticator, Microsoft Authenticator, or Authy. You really cannot go wrong with any of these 3. They are super trusted, dedicated security applications. What they actually do is securely generate fresh, incredibly safe security codes every few seconds. By the time a hacker even tries to guess one of those numbers, the code has literally already changed. It keeps the bad guys locked out completely. And the setup itself? It's completely seamless. You just install your Authenticator app of choice, Go back over to Instagram, select the app option, and it links up automatically. But please pay incredibly close attention to step 4 right here, backup codes. Instagram is going to give you a static list of recovery codes. Write them down on actual physical paper and put them somewhere incredibly safe. Do not just screenshot them. Seriously, if you drop your phone in a lake tomorrow or somebody steals it, those written codes are your absolute only lifeline for getting back into your account. Now, even with 2FA turned on, you can still accidentally leave the door cracked open if you aren't careful. I mean, we all know weak passwords are a terrible idea, but the biggest unforced errors are actually falling for those fake login links we talked about earlier, relying solely on SMS, or, and this is a classic mistake, reading your one-time passcode out loud to someone over a DM or a phone call. Hackers totally rely on human error to bypass technical security. They will straight up pretend to be Instagram customer support just to get you to willingly hand over that 6-digit code. So let's lock this whole thing down like a total pro. Make sure you enable 2FA today using an app, definitely not SMS. Always use a strong, unique password. Never, ever share your OTP codes with anyone. Do not click those suspicious links floating around in your DMs. Make sure to regularly check your login activity in the settings to ensure there aren't any strange devices suddenly connected. And keep your recovery email totally updated. Setting all of this up takes barely 2 minutes of your time, but I promise you it will save you years of absolute headaches.
Which really just brings us to our final thought for this explainer. Is your digital front door standing wide open right now? Honestly, if you haven't set up an authentication app for your 2FA yet, the answer is yes. It is. Please don't wait until you wake up one morning to find your entire digital life completely erased. Take the 2 minutes today, secure your digital footprint, and just shut the door on those hackers for good. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and stay safe out there.